Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. Like, if you're... I know there's a lot of folks that probably have never played this game or just aren't familiar with Metal Gear in general. Feel free to ask. I'm not afraid to say I'm an expert.
It's a difficult mission, but I'd say you're back in top form by now. Check your iDroid for the details.
Oh, god damn it.
Diamond.
There we go. There we go. Alright. So, now that we've completed a few side ops, or I'm sorry, those are actual main missions. Do we have side ops? We actually have some side ops. Let's go extract a Russian interpreter. And the reason I want to extract, well, you know what? I don't remember what I have to do. Hold on, chat. Nah, never mind. Can somebody remind me? Somebody Google it, look it up. Somebody remind me what I have to do to unlock the combat team. I forget how far into the game I have to get before I unlock the combat team. So can somebody look that up for me so I don't have to do it? There's no button to mark the story bits as red is quite annoying. Yeah. But again, I was a little bit disappointed in the whole, you know, we're gonna deliver 90% of our story through audio tapes. I mean, to be fair, Alto, there's what, 3 or 4 mainline versions of The Man Who Sold the World now. There's the original Bowie version, there's the Midge version, there's the Nirvana version, and I feel like there's another one that I'm forgetting. I remember reading somewhere that Bowie actually... No, never mind. It's not that Bowie preferred the Nirvana version, it's that the Nirvana version became more popular, to the point where people started to forget about the Bowie version. Yeah, I prefer the Bowie version, to be honest with you. No, the thing that I was remembering that was getting, the wires that were getting crossed in my head was, I remember there was the Johnny Cash song, Hurt, but it was based on the 9 Inch Nails song. And then Trent Reznor actually came out and was like, actually, Johnny Cash blew that shit out of the water. And he did. Like, if you've ever heard, like, if you don't know the song Hurt, go look it up. But 9 Inch Nails initially did Hurt. But most people are more familiar with the Johnny Cash version because, again, like Trent Reznor said, Johnny Cash rocked that shit. The Cash version of the song is much, much better. But then again, I would argue that Cash was a better musician. That's a matter of opinion, but I prefer Cash over 9 Inch Nails. Let's see. Mate rolling into the chat on a Saturday and resubscribing for 7 months. So never played any Metal Gear. What I know of it, I do not intend to. That's okay. You can just stick around and watch us play it instead. You don't have to play. It's an interesting game, but it's not for everybody. I will absolutely be the first to admit. Yeah, Metal Gear is not going to be for everyone. Yeah, exactly. He made the song his own. And that's the thing, is like, when you listen to the 2 versions of the song, they are very, very different.
As requested, we've added an
like, the Trent Reznor version is angry. The Cash version is sad. And if you know anything about Johnny Cash and his history, like, you know where he's coming from when he's singing that song, it gives it a whole lot. Oh god! What the fuck? Alright, well, we're about to die. A random BTR appears. BTR used confusion. It was super effective. Snake is confused. It's about to hurt itself in its confusion. So I guess now is as good a time as any to mention, you know how there's a lot of Jeeps and stuff that drive around in Metal Gear Solid 5? Those can be things besides Jeeps now. Although I think this is scripted for the mission. Yeah, that's a couple of BTRs and troop transports. I think that was scripted, but Jesus. Scared the shit out of me. Come around a fucking corner staring down a whole convoy. Christ almighty.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get our interpreter, shall we? Try not to get blown up in the process. Went to get myself a cold roast muffin, come back to boss, almost meeting God. Yeah, yeah, we almost had that meeting expedited. Again, as the Marines often say, everybody's got to go meet God. It's up to us to arrange the meeting. The Soviet Army almost arranged the meeting. So while BMP3 appears as an actual thing now, I mean, in this game, yeah. Yeah, what he said. Pravda. First time playing Metal Gear 5? Oh, absolutely not, Mr. Mister. Absolutely not. I have hundreds of hours in Metal Gear Solid 5. In 2016, when this game came out, I took a week off of work and just shotgunned that shit. Like a drunk college girl. Like, I just... fucking a week straight, just Metal Gear Solid 5. I was extremely disappointed, because I didn't know what the game was gonna be when I first bought it. I really love the gameplay, the story, not so much. But no, trust me, it's not my first time. Not my first rodeo with Big Boss, or the franchise, or this game,
That Soviet
even.
soldier in the Green Beret is speaking English. Must be a language specialist. With him on our side, we'd be capable of Russian interpretation support.
Now, I will say, I'm not of the kind. I know there are some folks out there that, like, do speed runs of this game and know, you know, every position and patrol route of every soldier on every map in every mission like the back of their hand. I'm not that. So, if you're looking for that level of skill, you're gonna be disappointed. I'm not great at the game, but I am familiar with it. Okay, so Mans is gonna go over there, so I'm gonna come over here. Come with me, please. What, you've never seen a drunk college girl shotgun? Well, you're Australian. Trust me, the Americans are very familiar with the drunk college girl shotguns a White Claw phenomenon. Yep. Come on, come check it out, buddy.
That's the target.
Appreciate your cooperation. Oh. Was that what I think it is? Metal Gear, please. Metal Gear, please. Thank you. Alright, now. Well, that's... Now that I think about that, like, putting further thought into it, Yeah, as someone who lives in Australia, you're probably very familiar with the drunk college girl shotgunning a White Claw, especially where tourists are concerned. I imagine you've seen more than you care to of shit like that.
Don't move.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get away with extracting all 3 of these guys.
Hands up. Hands up.
Now the question is, where are the extraction zones? That's the real question. So pretty much just back where I came from. Son of a bitch. Alright, well looks like the only thing we're getting out with is the interpreter. I mean, I guess we could get lucky and maybe somebody will drive by in a Jeep. I could steal the Jeep and then use that to get more people to an extraction. But, I don't think that's gonna work out real well. Alright, you just lay down. Take a nap.
Hands up.
And then, let's see. Which one of you donkeys is the one that I'm supposed to be extracting? It's you, right?
Analysis complete.
Okay. Had 3 American students stay in our hall of residence, like a dorm, only 10 rooms. They couldn't drink. I mean, was that because they chose not to? They were like religiously restricted, or because the dorm knew better than to let a bunch of American college girls get drunk? Because I'm betting it's the latter.
Support helicopter
All right.
requested.
Horse. To me, horse. Wait. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's Stat Patrol. Okay, well, I'm glad I got everybody off the road then, because, this could have been bad. I didn't realize they were going to come back around. What are you doing? Is it just you? Alright, horse. Let's go. We got our mans.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at
Shite. No, other side, you doofus. There you go.
This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
I'm just gonna...
Support helicopter destroyed.
Maintain altitude. Controls non-responsive. They shot down the chopper. Already a backup chopper. Call it from your iDroid.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't think there's ever an instance where you have to extract a vehicle, Lone Wolfie, but if there is, I'm gonna have to do it, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, the rules of this playthrough are not hard and fast rules, because as I've said before, like, there are absolutely instances in this game where the game just will not let you play it this way. And in those instances, I'm gonna have to play by the game's rules because I literally won't have a choice. But as much as I can, I'm gonna stick to the rules of this playthrough. As much as the game will allow me to.
Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Let's try this again. Hopefully this time without the suck. There's a few side ops. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, I'm not gonna play through every side op. But again, there are definitely some missions that I will not have the choice but to do things outside the rules of playthrough. Look, friend aid, I'm not gonna have a fight with you about the fucking dog. If you wanna be the heartless piece of shit that leaves a starving dog in the wilds of Afghanistan to fend for itself instead of extracting him so he could become the best boy, then you know what? You can live with that fucking demon. I'm not gonna be that person. I'm a better human being than that, thank you very much. Yeah, you're talking about the subsistence runs, Mister. And that is the heart of the Metal Gear Solid experience, and that is essentially what we're doing, just throughout the campaign. Again, as much as the game will allow. Motherfucker, are we gonna have this discussion every time you come in to pick me up? Because if you consider me an obstruction, we're gonna have a fucking problem, P-Blood.
Unit function added.
Boss, that language specialist you extracted has been very cooperative. Says he's always dreamed of living a free life, like folks in the West. What are the odds, huh? I've gone ahead and placed him in the support unit. His job is Russian interpretation. Now you'll know what Soviet soldiers are saying. You can even interrogate them. Should give you an edge in the mission.
Outstanding. Alright, do we have another side up in the vicinity? We do. Extract the highly skilled soldier. Well, we haven't unlocked the combat team yet, but we could definitely use a highly skilled soldier. What else we got? Anything else? Also, Chet, did anybody ever answer the question about how far into the game I need to get to unlock the combat team? I know... Sorry, Chad, hiccups. I know I had asked if you guys could Google that for me, so I didn't have to, but then I didn't actually remember. Mission 7 to 10.
Please select a mission.
Well, shit. Well, then let's do Where the Bees
Mission
Sleep.
accepted. The map has been updated.
Actually, now that I think about it, it'll probably be faster if I just return to the ACC and do it that way. Complete one of the missions 7 to 10. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do the bees first. Not the bees. Not the bees. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the bees. This mission's kind of a pain in the ass, but we're gonna have to do that mission before we can unlock the combat team. So
Please select a mission.
it's all right. That's all right.
Mission accepted. Deploying.
iDroid. Yeah, exactly. Bees. So if you don't know, Juturn. Well, you don't. But Kojima has a love for Apple products, and his partnerships with the Apple brand in his games are long-standing.
Honeybee. The CIA put it in the hands of the Hamid group of Mujahideen. But the Hamid fighters were wiped out. The Honeybee must still be hidden at their base. The fort at Desmasi Laman.
Oh, that's right. I can't go this way because I can't actually leave the mission area. Son of a bitch.
To it before they do. And bring it back here. There's a photo of the target on your iDroid. One more thing. Apparently one of the Hamid fighters survived. He's missing. But if you can find him, he might lead us to the target. Good luck, boss.
Or, crazy idea, I already know where it is.
The map has been updated.
Let's see. I forget. Yeah, we're gonna have to go through Mountain Relay, son of a bitch. I forgot how long this mission is. I forgot how long this mission is. Oh, that's okay. We still got some time. After the events this week, being an Apple user hasn't been so bad. So here's... I know I've said this before. I want to take the opportunity to say it again. So, if you don't know, Cloudstrike, not to be confused with Cloud Strife, the protagonist of Final Fantasy VII, Cloudstrike, i.e. the company that fucked over medical and airline infrastructure the world over yesterday, is based out of Austin, Texas. So, most of you probably know I am a Texas native, born and raised here. I say before, I've always lived in Texas. I have made the joke often that Austin is basically LA2 douchebag boogaloo. Like, it has become the refuge, the hideout, the escape for all the fucking tech bro grifters from Silicon Valley now that legislation and stuff has finally started to push them out. So, after ruining California, they decided they'd move to Texas, and specifically Austin, and ruin Austin and Texas as well. And so I was... As soon as I heard, oh yeah, Cloudstrike is based out of Austin, I was like, yep, that tracks. Well, don't get me wrong, Elijah. I don't have anything wrong with hipsters. It's just that the problem with Austin, and again, like, I love Austin. Right? And I'm all on board with keep Austin weird and shit like that. Like, I'm there for it. The problem with Austin now is if you pay attention to the demographics and the statistics, Austin isn't Texas anymore. It's California. 60% or 70% of the people that live in Austin now have lived there for less than 10 years. In fact, they haven't even lived in Texas for more than 5 or 10 years. Like, Austin has now become a hideout for folks that, you know, came to a couple of music festivals and thought the place was cool and then decided to move here. Like, Austin is no more Texas than LA is. That's why I jokingly refer to it as LA2 douchebag boogaloo. Now, I know there's a couple of guys around here, but I don't see them. Well, there's one of them. Where's the other guy? Nighty-night. Oh. Look at what he brought me. Look at what he brought me. The world's first stick-up with an SVD. Excuse me? Oh my. Nope. Hey chat, I found the other guy. Oh right, I didn't actually pick up his other gun. And you brought me a sleep grenade? Man, you are too generous, my guy. Far too generous. Man. I couldn't have got that shit to go better if I planned it. Jesus. Oh, I guess because technically... Okay. Apparently I can't hold this guy up for some reason. Well, then you're gonna have to do this the hard way. What about you, boy? Oh. Shit. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me stick these guys up. That's actually really weird. It might have something to do with the AI. Might have something to do with the way that the game handles that particular group of dudes.
Extraction arrived at database.
Whoops.
Boss, go ahead and Fulton extract that prisoner.
Negative.
Find out if he knows anything.
If I remember right. Hold on. It's not my Stompy Robot Saturday I was hoping for. Well, we haven't gotten to the Stompy Robot part of this particular Stompy Robot game. Just want the entire USC to be more progressive. Again, I have no problem with progressive. The problem that I have is when a bunch of people move into an area and then so actively dislike the area that they have moved to that they then immediately start changing it to where they came from. Again, I've had plenty of tourists where I live that move to this area and then want to dictate how things should be, and it's like, look, guy, if you like Florida so much, Florida still exists. Go back to Florida. If you like California so much, California still exists. Go back to California. Like, don't come to my state and change everything about it because you did some goofy shit and now nobody wants you in the state that you came from. It's got nothing to do with conservative or liberal or any of that bullshit. To me, it's not political. It's a matter of, I don't want a bunch of rich trust fund baby douchebags coming here with their rich trust fund baby nepo bullshit. Like, I was fine when that was in California. I don't need it here. And that has been heightened by my job search. I have lost count of the number of times, I know I've explained this before, I have lost count of the number of jobs that I have interviewed for at this point where, like, I go into a room with 3 douche bros in polo shirts that are trying to build some tech startup company off the back of daddy's money and have no idea how to run a company, have no idea how tech works, don't even know what product they want to sell. They're just trying to get smart people in the door that can come up with a product for them and then run the company for them and make them a bunch of money like Daddy did without any of the expertise that got Daddy rich in the first place. Like, that's where I gotta draw the line. That kind of shit is what I don't want to deal with. Again, I'm not political in that way. I don't give a shit if you're conservative or liberal. Because at the end of the day, I believe that politically, most people are in the center, or center-leaning. But the thing is, in much the same way that good cops don't get publicity, political moderates don't get publicity. It's the extremes. It's the fucking whack jobs that get all the publicity. So, like, you know, I choose to believe that most people are not the kind of whack jobs that you see on TV, on the left or the right. Unfortunately, as human beings, we tend to equate what we see with what is normal. And that is not always the case, especially where it pertains to politics and that kind of stuff. Like, what gets the most play? What ends up in your feed? What ends up on TV? The thing that ends up in the newspapers? The stuff that you hear about? That's not norm. That's just... those aren't the majority, that's just a vocal minority.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
How's that desert? Well, I mean, you can clearly see, Elijah, we're in the desert, but it's nighttime. We're trying to stay cool out here.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Speaking of, I know... There we go. Put our mans in there. You're good, Pequod. You're good. Horse, to me.
This is B-Quad. There's an obstruction at the LZ preventing you from... Looks like that prisoner you extracted was the meat survivor. The guys are mute.
But by the way, based on the rules of this particular playthrough,
It's on your iDroid. Head on over there and retrieve it.
would I be breaking the rules if I took my shirt off? Yes, I said it that way on purpose. Oh, shit! I almost rode up on these two. God damn it. Not what I meant to do, guys. I apologize. Like, I meant to hit Y, and I hit X, and then the horse decided to charge instead of me getting off of the horse. Fat finger. Fat finger. Yeah, I guess I should. That's... Guys, I'm sorry. I didn't want it to be this way. I really didn't.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Pequod is a Moby Dick reference. Your mother's a Moby Dick reference. Oh shit, there's a dude right there. Oh, well there's more than one dude right there. But you can see kind of the alert system in action. Like, they're not going to where I am, they're going to where the gunshots were.
That's an enemy gunship. A single burst from his machine gun can cut a man in half. Tread carefully, boss.
Yeah, they just found the dead bodies. That's gonna make getting into this base a whole lot harder. Like, I was doing real good there for a minute.
The enemy's giving up their search for you. But they're not giving the all clear just yet. Stay alert.
Dare you to shoot down the heli? I don't think you can with the weapons that I have. Yeah, I mean, so, again, for those of you that are on the Discord, I proposed a game concept, which was basically Mercenary XCOM. Give me this for the gameplay loop instead. Like, give me the XCOM strategic layer, but give me this as the minute-to-minute gameplay. Wait a minute. Excuse me? Alright. Yeah, this is not the direction that I intended to go. Absolutely not the direction that I intended to go. Then again, this whole plan has kind of shit the bed. Well, fuck. Like, we had a good thing going, and then everything just kind of fell apart. Like, I could swear there was another way around here. It's been a while. Alright, come on. Big chopper balls. Do what you're gonna do. Alright. Now. Since they call the definitely not a hind in this game the crocodile, does that mean that he has big croc energy? Is that... Yeah, after declassified, they will probably be hesitant, but I'm not asking for XCOM declassified. This is not XCOM declassified. Like, this is actually a really cool gameplay loop in and of itself. Oh, you fucking hate me? Have you seen some of the dad jokes that have been going on in chat today? And you want to take it out on me? Like it's my fucking fault? I am just a mirror, okay? I am just reflecting the dad energy that has been projected at me for the last 5.5 hours, alright? So maybe if you guys weren't out here making your terrible fucking dad jokes, I could have kept that in my pocket and saved it for a rainy day. Are you winning, son? I mean... technically I haven't lost. Does that count? Listening to Cash. Yeah, that is, in fact, listening to Johnny Cash's Big Dad energy. I can't deny that. I mean, it's Big Tex's energy, but it's also Big Dad energy.
That's Marseille Fort. This Marseille Le Mans. Now to find the honeybee.
I mean, I would make the argument, C-Vex, that most of my life has been poorly executed. Like, if you guys are familiar with that parody account on Twitter, I don't know if it even exists anymore. But the guy who used to just make really awkward analogies and stuff, and like the most famous one was that awkward moment between life and death. Like, yeah. Hashtag relatable. I see you, friend aid. Hydration incoming. You're here now, so not so bad. I mean... I'm not of the kind that's gonna say, you know, great success just because I had a moment where everything wasn't complete shit. Like, success is good. But, if it's not a regular occurrence, it's usually better to just not get used to it. Now, the real trick is gonna be getting into this fucking place without getting caught. Let me see. Yeah, there's no real map of the interior of this area, and that's kind of a problem.
At Mother Base.
Because, like, I know where I need to go, or I guess I know the ultimate objective and where it is, I just don't remember how to get there. Dicks and balls! Dicks and balls! Yep. That is not how I wanted this to go. Excuse you? Again, this is very, very quickly spiraling out of control. Very quickly spiraling out of control. Do I have a trank gun? Technically, yes. It is an option in this game. It is an option that I am foregoing because I have not yet found one. This is all OSP, which means I'm only using the equipment that I find in mission, and we have not found a tranquilizer gun yet. Downloading TPP and then going to add mods. Yeah, I mean, I'm basically just running one major mod here. So I got Snakebite, which is like a mod injector. It's like a mod loader. It makes modding the Phantom Pain a lot easier. And then I downloaded Infinite Heaven because Infinite Heaven is what allows me to modify all sorts of different statistics within the game. The only other mod that I downloaded is mostly a cosmetic mod. I forget the name of it, but it's essentially a big... You know what? You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna tell you guys what the mod is, because I don't remember. And I want to be able to actually give you guys the correct information. Let's see. The other mod or mod pack that I have is Uncle Jimbo's Gun Pack. Uncle Jimbo's Gun Pack essentially fixes the game? Question mark. It removes all of the BS, like, made-up guns and replaces all of the weapons and weapon textures and models with real-world examples. So, like, for example, this is an AKS-74, not an AMS-256. Like, this is an actual gun with an actual gun model. Because I'm a fucking purist, and so is Kojima, but for whatever reason, Konami was afraid of lawsuits, and so didn't want to use the real-world weapons. So this mod fixes that. It's a pretty big mod. I think it's like a gigabyte or something like that, so it will take a while to download. Makes the game infinitely better, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't change up any of the stats or how any of the weapons work, it just changes the way they look. Yep, we can't use the Slee Slack Super Blogger 44. Yep, I know. It's disgusting. Alright, so we got that squad over there. We got this guy over here. I think down that, like, that tunnel where those lights lead is where I need to go. Chat, we are gonna get in so much fucking trouble. We are gonna get in so much trouble. See someone with a head that doesn't have a bullet in it. I mean, that's the objective. Like, generally speaking, I'm trying not to put bullets in heads if I can avoid it. It's just, the game doesn't always cooperate.
The time has come.
And so have I. It was... Wait, is it this room? And Omega Forge coming in with a big time raid. Omega Forge and Raiders, welcome to the stream on a Saturday. Hopefully you guys are having a good one. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well. And hopefully you guys had a good stream. Glad to have you. Guess no one waited for the raid. Well, that's okay. That's fine. It's not competition, Omega Forged. It's about the fact that you decided to show up, and that is what matters, my friend. So let's see. What were you guys doing this time around? What were you guys doing this time around? Even if you only had one person show up with you. Ah, looks like you were playing some more Gundam Generation. So tell me how the Gundam was going for you, Omega Forge. How you doing today? Again, hopefully the weekend is treating you well, but tell me about the Gundam. I apologize if I'm not paying super close attention on account of the fact that we're doing one of the trickier missions in Metal Gear Solid 5. But tell me how your week was going. Tell me how the stream went for you. Learned that beam weapons don't work so good in water. You know, that's one of those things that when you say it, it makes perfect sense, but in the moment, maybe you don't realize. You know what I mean? Is it over here? I think it's over here. It is indeed over here. Giveth unto me.
You secured the target. Now you just need to bring it back. Call the chopper from your iDroid. You are not to use the honeybee.
Okay, Dad. I won't use the fancy stinger. Yes, they call it the honeybee. I promise, once we get out of here, it won't be the honeybee. This is simply a limitation of the game. Oh. I'm sorry this happened to you. I mean, again, you will notice as I play through this, I'm not going out of my way to kill anyone. It's just, I sometimes end up in situations where, like, I'm not gonna let myself get spotted to avoid killing somebody. If I have a choice between shoot a dude in the face or go on alert, I'm gonna shoot a dude in the face. It was my own fault. I forgot to equip hover carriers to my Gundams that don't fly, so they had to swim. Yeah, it's kind of like Battletech in that regard, where there's not a whole lot of combat going on underwater, but you often don't consider the ramifications of that decision until you're already in the situation. And by then it's too late. So I can relate. I can relate. On the plus side, at least a Battle Master doesn't need a snorkel. Oh no, don't worry, HX. They are absolutely Russians. These are 100% Soviet Red Army soldiers. Oh look! Metal Gear Dinosaur! Because again, for those of you that were not here during the first real mission of the game, I said, hey look, there's the shark, get ready because we're gonna jump it. That was 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. You can't even see the shark from where we are now. Now visualizing a battle master with a snorkel. I mean, If I was gonna put a snorkel on a mech, I'd put a snorkel on a charger. Just for the memes.
You look well rested, big boss. My, how you've changed. You became a demon for such little weapons as that? Well, I'm sure you'll see the bigger picture eventually. If you get out of here alive.
It's actually easier than you might think.
Rest in peace this time. I'll see you in hell, boss.
See, this is that thing. This is that thing. Like,
What the hell was that thing? It was huge.
the game is so dumb. And once you, like, it takes itself so fucking seriously. And that's part of what makes it beautiful. Do they ever explain what's up with him? Yes, but not in the way you expect. There is not ever some magic explanation that's like, hey, let me give you 30 minutes of exposition about this dude and what's wrong with him and why he looks like that and what his whole deal is. You will get an explanation through some audio tapes that are optional. You could, in theory, play through this entire game, and if you didn't listen to the optional tapes, you would have no fucking idea why this dude is here, or what he's doing. Oh, don't worry, we're booking it. We are booking it.
Those skulls are too fast.
You don't say.
Weapon. Boss, maybe it's time to see what the honeybee can do.
Listen, Ocelot, I know what you're trying to do right now. You're trying to be that little voice of temptation in the back of my head, and I appreciate it, because I sometimes need a push in the right direction. But at this moment, right now, let me fucking quarterback this thing. You have a real bad fucking habit of trying to tell me how to do my job. And for somebody who fangirls for me, maybe you should let me big boss when I need to big boss, okay?
The mist is cleared, and it looks like they're gone. And bring the target back.
We made it. I did bring the horse, but I did not think to use horse at that moment. Horse, to me. Alright, horse. Let's GTFO. And yes, I know, officially his name is D-Horse. But that's a stupid fucking name. I'm just gonna call him Horse. Damn it, I gotta go through this guard post.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
You're not gonna get shot down by a wandering APC again, are you?
This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Support helicopter has arrived.
All right, get in. Time to go.
Why are you saying that like I'm in danger? We're good. Everything's fine.
Gaining altitude.
Horse is greater than robot. Correct. Correct. Oh yes, don't worry, Omega Forged. I absolutely get the, the Lone Ranger thing, which is Strangely fitting
Mission
when you consider
complete.
the whole thing was
At
Skullface.
least you made it out in one piece.
Cat room on the chopper for a horse now. Unfortunately, we failed this run on the very first mission because horse automatically fultons himself out of the combat zone, which means yeah, the no Fulton run didn't work. It's hard to say we failed. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
So this unit in the mist, their speed, the way they jump, it's not human. And those deformities,
They attacked the Soviets too.
and that Grim Reaper look-alike in charge of them. That giant thing that carried him off. What the hell are they?
Cypher.
Bad guy.
What do they want? What's their objective? Why Afghanistan? There's one more thing troubling me.
What happened to the Hamid?
Exactly. Whole squads of hardened Mujahideen killed without a fight, and no trace of BC weaponry. What does it all mean?
That's what we're here to find out.
Yeah, right. If we really need to know, the truth will reveal itself. Even if it's ugly.
Pardon my language, but what the actual fuck is a Metal Gear built for? In the original lore of the game, they're meant to be essentially walking nuclear missile carriers. It's really dumb when you think about it in that context because, like, it's not any different from any other mobile ballistic missile forces in the world. Submarines, standoff nuclear weapons that are used during, say, like the B-52. Or one of the other bombers that we have. Or one of the Bear bombers that can drop a nuke. It is essentially just that. But more convoluted. It is... like... Metal Gear is supposed to be this super mobile, super effective combat platform that can also fire nukes. It's basically, what if you could combine an ICBM launch station with a main battle tank, and then they modeled it after a robot, because anime, because Japan. That is Metal Gear, essentially. And Ajax says, time for Space Station 14, enjoy the metal of the gearing. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Ajax. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you had a good time, and I do appreciate it as always. Thank you for every minute you choose to spend here with us, and hopefully the weekend treats you well. Give the BPL Auxiliary our best, and hopefully the shift on the space station is, well, I won't say safe, but we'll say eventful. Missed my stompy robots. That's okay. That's okay. We'll bring the stompy robots back. Battletech ain't going anywhere. We're just switching it up a little bit.
Boss, I'm creating a new intel team to support you in our areas of operation.
Yeah,
Members of
fun
this team
in
will head
giant
out into the
quotation
field and
marks.
conduct
The
reconnaissance.
Dwarf
Knowing the
Fortress
strength of an
version
enemy
of
force
fun.
beforehand will help you carry out missions more smoothly. We may also learn something about the skull-faced man. So, boss, that brings me to assigning staff to the intel team. There might be guys
Yeah, there you
already
go.
assigned to
Omega
other
Forge
teams
is
who
the
are more
stompy
suited
robot.
to the intel team. Go ahead and reassign them as you see fit.
Thanks, Dad. I should have skipped that guy.
The dog you brought back. There'll come a day when he'll be ready to join you on missions. But you know, he gets lonely easily. You should come visit him every once in a while. Get back to Mother Base.
While I would love to bring Dog with me on missions, I can't ride Dog. Phrasing. While Doggo is the best boy, he is not a very good steed. And I need a way to get quickly around the area of operations.
Halt!
Doggo.
See that?
That's discipline. Following orders like a real diamond dog. Soon he'll be... Hey, no, stay! Stay! Did it. Go! No, maybe not yet. But soon. Soon.
I don't know which is cuter, the dog or the fact that Troy Baker honestly plays that scene as if he was serious.
I've selected the ones I'd like you to handle and added them to the list. Take a look on your iDroid. The more missions you complete, the more we can expand Mother Base.
All right, let's wash the blood of a dozen Soviet soldiers off real quick. And then we just need to do one of these missions between 7 and 10 to unlock the combat team. So, Red Brass is really tough. Occupation Forces, also kind of tough. Back Up, Back Down is going to be real. Like, Back Up, Back Down, we're going to have to break the rules for that one. There's no way I'm going to be able to complete that one otherwise. And Angel with Broken Wings. That one's also pretty tough. Let's do Occupation Forces. No, shit. Like, part of me wants to extract all of the... Like, you could do Red Brass really easy. You could do Red Brass really easy if you just kill everybody. But capturing everybody, especially on a no Fulton run, is gonna be really hard. I think we do Red Brass. I think we do Red Brass.
Roger.
Oh, hey guys. Good work. And, yeah. Keep up the good work, guys. Outstanding. Outstanding, gentlemen. I mean, your CQB game could use some work, but otherwise, you're doing good. You're doing good. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. You're doing Diamond Dogs proud. Embrace the murder hobo. I mean, that's... again, for the sake of expedience, that's probably what we're going to end up doing. So, you're not entirely off base there. Oh, were you not here for that U-turn? I proved it earlier. When you beat the shit out of your own people, they thank you for it. Like, I walked up to a dude and just, like, he was saluting me and everything. I just punched him in the face and he was like, "Thank you, sir." I was like, yeah.
Members of the intel team
Shit gets kinky on Mother Base, man. I'm telling you.
Predicted enemy fields of movement on your iDroid's map.
All right, Red Brass.
The more accurate and frequent their reports will become. Be sure to take advantage of them.
Heading to Afghanistan.
Red Brass.
Deploying.
Gonna call it a night. Have a good rest of your stream. Alright, well, good to see you, No Carrion. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Saturday. Again, hopefully you had a good time. Appreciate you spending some time with us. And hopefully the rest of the weekend treats you well. Alright, here we go.
3 Soviet commanders are meeting at Dalbiello Calais. The mission is to eliminate
We need
all
to
3.
go
How you do it is up to you, boss.
this way.
Good luck. I've sent the target's anticipated travel routes and the meeting location to your map. Take a look.
So, ideally, if I can do this fast enough, I might be able to get, like, some C4 or something? But that's very unlikely. What's much more likely is that I'm gonna get spotted charging up on this. Are you actually gonna check it out? You are not gonna check it out. Okay. Good to know, good to know. If you don't mind, gonna need your service issue, buddy. Let me see. Can we? Let's do that. Yeah. By the way, that's not water, Chet. That is not fucking water. Alright. What I'm gonna see if I can do is get this man's over here. Fuck. Shit. Cock. Fuck. Dicks! Well... so much for the stealthy approach. Unfortunately, the other guys are probably not gonna come here. Oh my. Ow. It's funny how quickly these missions turn into this. Ow!
Boss, that's a serious injury. It won't heal on its own. You'll need to treat it with first aid.
So... wait, are they still coming? Did I actually swat these dudes down enough that, like, they didn't go on alert? Sorry, dude. I do kinda... wait, what? Fucking Schofield? Alright, why not? That was not on my fucking bingo card. By the way, that guy having a shotgun, it's not good news. Hey, buddy.
Impressive work, boss.
Oh, now we're getting a sandstorm. Now we're getting a sandstorm. Now things get interesting.
Sandstorms come in. Sandstorms effectively make you blind and deaf, but that goes for the enemy too. Use the situation to your advantage.
I mean, I said I wasn't gonna try to kill anybody, but at this point, fuck it. And we just went from 0 to murder hobo in 10 seconds. Oh shit. That was a fucking laser, boys. That's a fucking laser, boys. You know what that means. Can I... No. I got a feeling he's on top of this building. But I don't know how to get up there. So what happened to our mans? Did he... Maybe he did leave? He realized what was going on? He decided to nope the fuck out? I mean, that's what I would do. Correct. If there are no witnesses, total stealth. Alright, horse to me. Horse, stop. Now, if our mans is not gonna come to us, then by God, we're gonna go find him.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
We're already on a killing spree. What's another one? Might as well cap this off. Might as well go for the triple-double. Or no, I'm sorry, that's a hat trick. That's a hat trick. Hey, y'all seen the commander guy? Whoever this fucking guy is. Y'all seen him? I heard he's been around these parts. Where is this dog? Did he just like, maybe when I hit the alert, he was just like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna go back to my base and hide with my dudes. Is that what happened? Are you really gonna make me go all the way out here?
Whoa!
Might be no surviving witnesses, but that Kojima guy played by Hideo Kojima knows what you did. I mean, you might say even, that it was that Kojima guy that engineered this entire fucking thing. It's almost like he's the mastermind. Well, this place is strangely quiet. No? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. You think about it. You think about it along them lines. Turns out Kojimbo was the evil genius all along. Oh shit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Я не хочу умирать!
Where are your friends? Spit it out. Speak. Speak.
Okay. Alright, so the platoon commander is where? Are you fucking serious? Well, that's what I get, chat. I got ahead of myself. I did this to me. I had no one to blame but myself. Horse! Horse! To me. To me, horse. There's a dude that needs killing, and apparently I passed him right by in the midst of that sandstorm. I won't make that fucking mistake twice. I'll tell you that much. You tell me, I'll share my gummy bears with you. Shake back. No. You can't. What kind of girl do you think I am that you can fucking bribe me with gummy bears? What kind of gummy bears, though? Idle question. Like, it doesn't matter, but, like, hypothetically speaking. Oh. I misunderstood. I mean, again, I'm not the kind of cheap floozy that can be bought with gummy bears all the time. Sometimes, though. Not this time, but sometimes. Maybe. Okay, look, chat, you see this? See how the animation is a little bit too sped up? Like, everything else is fine, but for some reason he's moving just a little bit too fast. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? It looks like our mans is just sitting down here in this car.
Analysis complete.
There. That's
Yeah.
the target.
He's just sitting there, in a car. Well, I mean, if he's gonna have a brain fart like that, I may not have to kill all three of these guys after all. Hey, buddy. Listen. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm pretty sure there's rules against it in this whole, you know, Soviet Union thing.
Hands up.
But just FYI, this Schofield, this Schofield revolver that I'm currently holding, I took this off of one of your guys. Like, literally, it was one of your guys that had this revolver. I'm pretty sure that that's not standard issue. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Soviet Army's in worse shape than I thought. I'm pretty sure a Schofield revolver is not standard Soviet issue. War spoils? Where the fuck did he get a scope? Oh, well, you know what? It's Afghanistan. Thinking about it logically, I'm sure there's a couple of dudes packing antiques because that's all they could get their hands on. So maybe it's not as unlikely as it sounds. Yeah, all my men are dead, but I'm just gonna sit right here. Yeah, because of the way that I played that whole thing, I very likely borked the AI. Very, very likely borked the AI. In fact, if I had to guess, I'm gonna guess that somehow I fired and caused the alert at the exact moment that his escorts had gotten out of the vehicle, but he was still in it. So the escorts immediately went on alert and started coming towards me. But because he hadn't gotten out of the vehicle yet, he immediately went into the flee response, which is where they all put their head down and try to drive away as fast as possible. But because he didn't have a driver in the vehicle anymore, he just sat there because he's supposed to get driven away.
Mission complete, boss.
Immediately reminded of GIs walking around with katana and other Japanese weapons during the Pacific War, not standard issue. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, once somebody said that, I was like, you know, that actually makes a lot more sense once I think about it like that.
Ocelot got the details of the meeting out of that commander. It seems you've been doing your job just a little too well, boss. The Soviets have begun reinforcing the 40th Army's units in Afghanistan, sending in more men and new equipment. While things haven't exactly been easy for us up till now, they're about to get even tougher. More staff from each of the teams are active.
Wanna guess what you get Doberman for?
That means some will be wounded, get sick, or suffer PTSD. That's where the medical team comes in.
Take a wild guess what you get Doberman for.
The construction of a new medical platform. Having proper medical facilities for the men
I don't think so.
So I put up the resources this time
Maybe.
around.
I don't think
Check
so.
on the platform's progress by selecting base facilities under the iDroid's mother base menu.
Side ops list updated.
Oh, what the hell is this? Y'all told me I was gonna get the combat team. I did not get the combat team. What is this bullshit?
Please select a mission.
Or do I have to do all of these? Like, I thought it was do one mission from 7 to 10, but are we saying that I have to do all 4 missions before I get the combat team? Is that the insinuation? Kubo said 7 to 10, the answer's not clear. Well, I mean, the world's largest purveyor of AI bullshit answers to every question couldn't possibly be wrong, so... 7 to 10 it is. Fuck if I know what that means. 9 million guns Czechoslovakia made for spies was better than what police and secret police used and was highly valued by people who got their hands on them. Few are still around and most are found outside the Soviet bloc for obvious reasons. Oh, 9mm gun. You're talking about 9mm. 9mm caliber was considered too Western. I mean, tell that to the Soviets who developed 9x18, which was the same caliber, but just a 1mm shorter. Because we have to be different. And I see a Vio player. Hydration incoming. The internet never lies, but is often wrong. I guess that's one way to look at it, Travis. Like, technically, all the correct answers exist on the internet somewhere, but also, by extension, there's a whole lot of bullshit answers out there, too. So, technically, you're not wrong if you say the internet has all the answers. Anyway, chat, I think it's time for me to call it a stream there. It's been 6.5 hours. We have been getting into some Metal Gear Solid 5 to Phantom Pain. The irony of an American saying because we have to be different. No, I mean, that's the whole Soviet thing. Like, the Parabellum was developed by Germany, if I remember right, and the world just decided to adopt it out of convenience. But anyway, I'm gonna call it a stream here, chat. We're gonna bring this to a close. Well, you know, hey, I'd say it has been a good day for everybody, and hopefully you guys had a good time. Again, we switch it up a little bit. I know we've been playing some MechWarrior 5 for, I mean, if you count the vanilla campaign and the modded career, we have been playing, with a couple of exceptions, like when we did the Granvir thing, when I took that one little break so we could play some Granvir, and a couple of other things, but by and large, we have played MechWarrior 5 for almost 7 months now, because we started playing in roughly January, and it's almost the end of July now, so between the vanilla campaign and the modded career, we have spent a long time playing MechWarrior 5. So, for those of you that were not here, we did wrap up that modded career today, and switched over to the hardcore OSP, Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain, well, I guess technically campaign. The objective is to beat the storyline. We'll see if we're able to get that. Again, we're gonna have to bend and break the rules sometimes just because of the way the game plays, but so far it's been a very difficult playthrough, and I definitely need to brush up on the stealth part of my stealth espionage action, because it feels like every single mission has just turned into a bloodbath in spite of my attempts to stop that from happening. So, yeah, I'll need to work on my stealth skills because they're a little rusty. They're a little rusty. Can you not use first person as part of your rules? It's not that I can't use first person, Kalowski. It's just they're like, to be honest with you, the way that the game plays, it's not really a necessity. First person is very rarely necessary in this game. The only exception would be like if you're sniping or trying to take a single shot, but you know, by and large, there's no reason to first person in the Phantom Pain. Like, it's nice to have the ability, but I very rarely have need of it. We're to ask about clans. If audience brought it up, would you play it on launch despite bugs or unfinished state for critique or our amusement? Mate, probably not. Just because, as a general rule, like, so let me preface that. And I'm not saying this because I want it to happen. But if, say, Piranha reached out to me and were like, hey, we're going to give you a code for clans for launch, on the condition that you play it for promotional purposes, I would do that, but only on the condition that I were allowed to speak candidly about it. I don't imagine that they would ask me for a review, but I would argue that if they're going to do something like give me a key, it would probably be for the express purpose of me giving them good publicity. I would not do that. But if they were willing to give me a key, I would probably play it at launch. But otherwise, I would not. And the simple reason for that is just on general principle, I don't buy games at launch. I don't play games at launch because in the modern AAA ecosystem, games are not complete at launch. They're half buggy, broken messes at launch, and the first wave of players are paying for the privilege of being beta testers so that 6, 8, or 12 months down the road, they can release a 1.1 patch or some other bullshit that will finally fix all of the bugs from the launch version of the game and actually get it into a playable state. That is not an exception anymore. That has become the rule. And most games from major publishers are following that model. And as a direct result of that, I do not buy games at launch. I do not play games at launch, at least not from the AAA space. And I am not encouraging anybody else to do that. I will not say don't do it. Obviously, it's your money. Do what you want with it. But I would say, in my personal opinion, it is a very unwise decision to buy games day one in the current games development and game publishing ecosystem. And so with that being said, there are plenty of people who have offered to buy this game or that game for me so that I'll play it. Respectfully, I appreciate y'all's desire to do that, but that's not a solution either. Like, not only am I not going to spend my money, I don't want you guys spending your money on me so that I can play the game when it launches. Because, and this goes back to my whole, like, I'm not clout chasing, I'm not chasing viewers, I'm not chasing trends. I'm not gonna play, like, there are so many people that are like, oh, if you don't play Clans when it comes out, then you're gonna miss the boat. And it's like, good. Fuck the boat. I don't care about the boat. I'm not playing MechWarrior because I want people to come watch me. I'm playing MechWarrior because I was having a good time with it. And I'm not gonna play Clans until I'm sure that it's going to be a fun product that I will enjoy. Which is exactly why I'm not going to buy it on launch, and it's why I don't want anybody else to buy it for me to play it on launch, because I don't want anybody to spend their money on a game for me unless I'm 100% sure that I'm going to be happy with that game. Because I do not believe in supporting products that are not good products. And that's not to say necessarily that Clans is going to be bad. You know, again, I know there's a lot of people that have still got a bug up their ass about Piranha, and they don't like Piranha, and they don't like MechWarrior Online, they don't like MechWarrior 5. That's fine. I'm not one of those people. I have no problem with the game. I have no problem with the company. But at the same time, I'm not just going to blindly give them my money because, ooh, Battletech game. Like, based on the launch of MechWarrior 5, based on the launch of MechWarrior Online, for me, it's a wait and see. They're going to have to prove that the game that they have released is a good game, is a functional game, and is not going to require 1, 2, 3 years of additional development after the sale before it's actually complete. So, you know, that's the long-winded answer to the question. Will I play Clans? Yes, I'm sure I will play it eventually. As for when, it's not really up to me, to be honest with you. When I end up playing Clans is not my decision to make. It's going to have a lot more to do with the product that Piranha puts out. So, you know, take that as a tacit approval or disapproval from me that when I play Clans will have to do with the quality of the product that Piranha produces. P. Alliteration is fun. So yeah, if I see the launch stuff for Clans and it looks good, I might buy it. If I see the launch stuff and it looks like a buggy mess, I'm gonna give it 6 months. So we'll see, you know. At the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna buy a game just because it's in a franchise that I love. I'm not gonna buy a game just because it has some mechanics that I like. I'm not gonna buy a game because it looks pretty and that's the only metric that I judge video games by. Like, I'm gonna buy a game because it's something that I feel like is good, will not be a waste of my time, and will not be a waste of my money. So did you play No Man's Sky now that it's supposed to be functional and better? Mate, I wouldn't play No Man's Sky simply for the fact that that particular gameplay loop does not interest me. If No Man's Sky had come out 10 years ago and been in the state that it's in now, I might have considered it. But that kind of just idle, crafty, buildy, no point, no story, no direction kind of game needs to have a really, really solid gameplay loop for me to be interested. And, again, this is just my opinion, but to me, No Man's Sky does not have that gameplay loop. Like, it is... I'll use Star Citizen as an example, because it's also a space game. One of the problems that I have with Star Citizen's gameplay loop, and I understand that it's in alpha, is in Star Citizen, there's only one gameplay loop, and that is find a way to make money so that you can buy more ships, so that you can make more money faster, so that you can buy more ships. And unfortunately, in my opinion, at least from what I've seen of it, that's all the gameplay loop is for No Man's Sky. It is collect resources to buy things that help you collect resources better and faster so that you can buy more things so that you can harvest resources faster. And like, that is the whole game. And it's all in pursuit of, again, hey, you can build a base, but why do you build a base? Well, it's so you can grow stuff and build stuff and manufacture stuff. Okay, so what do I do with all that? Oh, you use that so that you can farm resources faster, or so that you can get resources that don't require you to go out and farm them. Okay, so again, collect resources to gather resources faster so that you can gather resources faster so that you can gather resources faster. Well, yeah, that's the whole gameplay loop. And Elite Dangerous is kind of the same thing to me. It's like, there's a couple of different gameplay loops, but it's all just grind the thing to get stuff that makes grinding the thing faster so that you can grind the thing faster. It doesn't really serve a purpose. And that's okay, don't get me wrong. Like, there are plenty of people that enjoy that type of gameplay, and as I've said 100 times before, no judgment. You like what you like. If you like No Man's Sky, play it. If you like Star Citizen, play it. If you like Elite Dangerous, play it. Never let my opinion on a game affect your enjoyment of that game. In much the same way that there are people out there that are going to say, man, Metal Gear Solid 5 is a shit game. Why do you play it? Because I enjoy it. Man, Death Stranding was a shit game. Why do you play that? Because I enjoy it. Because the game was fun to me and I had fun with it and I enjoyed my experience. That's the only reason that I play games, and that's the only reason I need to play games. So for me, again, like what you like, play what you like. Don't let my opinion affect your opinion. Unless I make a point that you agree with, in which case, hey, you know what? That's a great thing about being human is you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to change your opinions. Contrary to popular belief and political discourse in the world today, you do not have to come up with a set of values when you're 16 years old and then stick to that set of values until you die. Believe it or not, you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to change your values. You're allowed to make decisions and incorporate new information so that your worldview is different from how it was yesterday. So, it's entirely on you. That's, when people come in and say, is the game fun? I'm never gonna tell people this game is good or this game is bad. I'll say I had fun with it or I didn't have fun with it. Because I am not the arbiter of what is good and bad in gaming. I know the things that I like and the things that I don't like, but none of that is an objective treatise on what a game actually is. So, that's, again, I'm trying to wrap up the stream and y'all have got me on soapboxes because that's a thing that I do. Woman is speaking heresy. Only Wraith Hut will be accepted. Glory to the Golden Throne. There's a lot of folks that think that way. Good Lord, how many times in just the last 5 years has somebody been like, well, you said XYZ 22 years ago on MySpace, therefore you have such and such belief. And it's like, bruh. Like, I know that my audience skews between 30 and 50 primarily. Like, that's the age range that most of my viewership falls into. And yeah, there are plenty of outliers there, but like, ask yourself, however old you are, if you're 25 years old, do you think exactly the same as you did when you were 15? Are all of your thoughts, are all of your priorities, are all of your opinions exactly the same now as they were when you were 15? If you're 35, same question. Like, are you the same person at 35 that you were at 25? Are you the same person at 35 that you were at 15? No, of course not. And so, you know, it's stupid to expect people to, again, come up with this idea of who they are and then just steadfastly stick to that idea forever and never change. And incidentally, the people who do that and the people who believe that are usually extremely maladjusted individuals. The kinds of people that think you can only ever have one opinion about a thing and that opinion is never allowed to change are usually some extremely fucked up individuals because they have some very strange ways of viewing the world. Yeah, well, and that's another way to look at it, Serini. I mean, there are many philosophical thoughts on the matter of, you know, who are we? Are you the same person that you were yesterday? Is that person dead? When you woke up, is that a new consciousness? What is the nature of the soul? But it's a good way to look at it of like, hey, you know, the person you were yesterday is dead. They died yesterday. The person you are today is the only one, today's version of you is the only version of you that matters. Right? And that's not to say that, you know, people shouldn't atone for the bad things that they've done. That's not to say that there should be no punishment for past sins, but it does mean that people can move past it. And even if you've done bad things, I should know I've done bad things. You can move past it. You can be better. You just have to make a conscious effort to be better. And the first step to being better is acknowledging the things that you've done wrong and recognizing that you have a desire to be a better person than you were yesterday. And that should always be your goal, in my opinion. Like, for everybody all the time throughout all of human history, for you and your entire life, your goal every single day should be to be a better person today than you were yesterday and to be a better person tomorrow than you are today. That's a simple enough philosophy, in my opinion. Again, these are all opinions. Hashtag not legal advice. Hashtag not theological advice. Hashtag not psychology advice. Anyway. So what I'm hearing is I should hit the gym. You should always hit the gym. Unless you live a lifestyle that keeps you fit without it, then yeah, you should definitely hit the gym. Everybody should. We as a society live largely sedentary lifestyles, and it's really, really bad for us. So, you know, I go to the gym. Not as often as I should because, you know, financial problems, but I still exercise at home. Like, I'm fully aware. That's why I take the BRBs, so I can get up, move around. Don't let the blood clot in your legs. Yeah, there you go. Opal Opossum's got the idea. Crimes don't carry over to the next day. As long as you get away with it before sundown, it's all good. It's water under the bridge. Please don't go rob a bank. Or if you do, please send me half the money because I gave you the idea. Wait, what?
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery!
Anyway. Enough of my John. Enough of my John. You guys know I got the gift of gab. I could sit here and rant about every little question y'all asked me for hours at a time, and the entire day would be gone, and we would have accomplished nothing of value. So what say I let you guys go? We'll bring the stream to a close. I'll let you guys get on with your Saturday or the rest of the weekend, whatever it is for you, and we can all get on to enjoying the rest of our time together. Come up with a new topic to keep her alive for the next few hours. Negative. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. So I want to thank you guys, as always, for coming to hang out with me on a Saturday, for making this another outstanding weekend stream. I'm glad to have you guys always, always, always. As I say, the world is a roller coaster of challenges, and we don't all have a lot of time on this planet. So I appreciate every single minute that you choose to spend here, whether you're here for 5 minutes or 5 hours. Every single one of those minutes means something to me, and I appreciate you. Again, there's a million other places you could have been. There's a million other things you could have been doing, but you chose to spend them here, and I appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with us, for being here and making this community what it is. And of course, I want to thank you again for coming out, hanging out with me, making this stream what it is. Again, you guys are the stream, you are the community. Without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you one more time from the bottom of my heart. And I want to remind you, like I always do, that your life has value and that the world is a better place with you in it. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'll see you next time.
Any of you fucking pricks move! And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!